So good morning everyone. In our last class we were discussing about the designing of the filters. Okay. So uh, we have carried out the designing of the filter by this Fourier series method without using any window. So the first one, Fourier series method without using the window. Today we will be discussing about the Fourier series method using the window function. Okay. So we have discussed yesterday till this point, and we have seen if cutoff frequency and the sampling frequency are given, how to find out the transfer function, uh, amplitude transfer function of the system, and from there how we can develop this HZ. Okay, so this is basically the amplitude response in terms of the frequency, and from there how we can find out the transfer function of the given system. Okay. Now start with the Fourier series method using window. Okay. So what are the steps involved over here? The first step is draw the frequency response. Okay. Second step is calculate the impulse response. Just similar to the Fourier series method without using the window. The first two steps, they are common. These two steps, 1 and 2, are common. Then the additional steps over here are 3 and 4. In the 3, we have calculated the window coefficients because we are using the window functions. So calculate the window coefficients Wn. Okay. Then we have to calculate the modified impulse response, which is given by Hn, whatever you have got in the second step, multiplied by Wn. Okay, multiplied by Wn. In some examples, we will see that this 3 and 4, it may be directly clubbed into 2, where we can calculate the H dash n, which would be equals to Hn multiplied by Wn. Okay, and we will be calculating it directly. Okay, but for the sake of understanding, you keep in mind that first we have to calculate the Hn, then we have to calculate the Wn, which are the window coefficients, and then from the Hn and the Wn, we need to calculate the H dash n. Okay, so after we get the H dash n, the normal procedure what we discussed yesterday, we have to do it. That is, we have to calculate the Z transform of H dash n, and lastly, after we have got the Z transform, that means we have got the transfer function Hz, we need to realize the filter over here. Okay. So in this case, if you see this step 3 and step 4, these are additional steps. Okay. I think the picture is clear to all of you. Now let's move forward. Now we have talked about the windows. So what are the different types of windows? The different types of windows are these things. Okay. So what are these? There are 5 types of windows which are very common, and then we have one special window which is a cases window, and this window, it is being used to design FIR filters in an empirical way. All the other windows, they are in a term, they are fixed windows. Okay, in a term, they are fixed windows. Over here, if you see the equations, the time domain sequence Wn, it varies from 0 to n to 0 to m minus 1. So over here, what is m minus 1? M minus 1 is nothing but your m is your length of the window. So L minus 1. So if you say that the length is 11, then your L minus 1 or the M minus 1, it would be 10. So in other words, you may say that the word M minus 1, it is the order of the system. It is the order of the system. Okay. Because different books, they use different notations. So please keep this in mind. So rectangular window, time sequence, it would be having a value of 1 and it would look something like this, and it would vary from 0 to m minus 1. Okay. Then you have Bartlett window, which is a triangular window. Over here you have 1 minus 2 of modulus of small n minus m minus 1 divided by 2 divided by m minus 1. Okay, so this function would give you a triangular window. Okay, then we have Blackman window. In the Blackman window you have excuse me, in the Blackman window you have 0.42 minus of this is 0.5. This is 0.5 cos of 2 pi n by m1 m minus 1 plus of 0.8 into cos of 4 pi n by m minus 1. And if you see, it is having a shape something like Gaussian shape. Okay. Then we have a Hamming window. Over here, it is given by 0.54 minus of 0.46 cos of 2 pi n divided by m minus 1. Then we have Hanning window. It is given by 1 by 2, 1 minus cos of 2 pi n divided by m minus 1. And lastly, we have the Kaiser window, which is given by I0. Then there is a beta function of 1 minus n minus alpha divided by alpha square. And then we have this half to the power half divided by I0 beta. Okay, where beta is again a function. Okay, so we have these 6 types of the window functions. And please be reminded, you need to memorize all these equations. You need to remember all these equations. Okay, and also you need to look into the shape of the functions. Okay. So commonly what we use while we try to design the filters, generally you will find the Hanning window. It is most commonly used, and sometimes you will also find Hamming window also. Okay. Bartlett and the Blackman window, they are very seldom used, and rectangular window, it is the most basic window. This is the most basic window function which are used, and especially they are used during the early stages of the teaching, so that the students have an idea of what is going on with the window function. Okay. Now let us take an example. In this example, the question is design a low pass filter using rectangular window by taking 9 samples of Wn. Wn means window function, okay, and a cutoff frequency of 1.2 radian per second. Okay. Just like our previous cases, over here also we need to look into this what do you call the desired frequency response and all these things. In this case, if you see the HD omega, it is given by e to the power minus j omega alpha. Okay, e to the power minus j omega alpha. Now, previously, if you see, we have discussed that it should be 1. But when you will be talking about these window functions, we usually take e to the power minus j omega alpha, because in our previous cases, if you see what we have done, we have calculated the value from minus of n to the plus of n. Okay. When you need to calculate directly this HD omega, which varies from say n equals to 0 to this L minus 0 to L minus 1. So in that case, we usually use e to the power j omega alpha. Okay. So over here, we have e to the power minus j omega alpha for minus omega c to omega and 0 otherwise. Okay. So this is our equation. Now, from here, we get to the step 2 and we apply the same formula. We have hdn, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral of minus pi to pi hd omega e to the power j omega n d omega. Okay. Now we replace these pi values with the omega c and minus of omega c. Okay. And this hd omega, it is given by e to the power minus j omega alpha. So this part, it would become e to the power j omega n minus alpha. Okay. And after the integral, we get 1 by 2 pi j of n minus alpha multiplied by e to the power j omega n minus alpha from minus omega c to omega c. And then you put in the values, and after solving, we get this kind of equation. Sine of omega c n minus alpha divided by pi n minus alpha. Now, the interesting fact over here is that what is this alpha? Alpha is given by L minus 1 divided by 2. In this case, our length, because we have been told that by taking 9 samples, and if we take 9 samples, that means it is having a length of 9. So 9 minus 1, 8 divided by 2, it is 4. Now, when n equals to 4 and alpha would also be equal to 4, what we would get? We would get a value of 0 in both numerator and denominator. And at this location, we need to apply the L'Hospital's rules. L'Hospital's rule, which we discussed in our last class. Okay. Now, if you see this equation, we already have this omega c, which is 1.2 radian per second. We have n, which we will be varying from 0 to 8. And alpha, I have already told you that the value of alpha is 4. So we will be putting these values over here in this equation, and we will be calculating the values of h0, h1, h2, h3, h4. Now, since n minus alpha, we have just seen that at n minus alpha, when n would become 4, we would be having a situation where in both numerator and denominator we will be having the values of zeros. So over there we will be applying the L'Hospital's rules, and then we will be calculating again using the H5, H6, H7 and H8. And if you see the values of H3 and H5 both are same, H2 and H6 are same, H1 and H7 are same, and H0 and H8 again they are same. Now this is what we have done till our previous examples. Okay, just a minute. Sorry. But now in the method what I said, then we have to calculate the window functions Wn. So in the Wn, what we would get, we will be having a value of 1 in the when the n varies from 0 to L minus 1, that means 0 to 8. Okay. So accordingly we will be calculating the values W0 to W8 which are 1. Then the step 4 would be H dash n, where we will be having HDN multiplied by Wn, and if you see, since Wn is 1 for all n values, so H dash n in this case would be HDN. Okay, and then we will be applying the Z transform to get the transfer function, and after we get the transfer function, so we will be going for the realization of the filter. Okay. Similarly, let's take the next example. Design a bandpass filter to pass frequencies in the range of 1 to 2 radians per second using Hanning window with L equals to 5. Okay, so over here the same way what we have done, e to the power minus j omega alpha in the modulus of omega range of omega c1 to omega c2 and 0 otherwise. So accordingly, if you solve these equations, you will be getting like this. So omega c1, it is 1 radian per second, omega c2, it is 2 radian per second, then alpha, and if L is 5, so 5 minus 1 by 2, so this is 4 by 2, which becomes 2. So alpha, it becomes 2, and then we have this window function in the step 3. See what I have done, Hn equals to Hdn into Wn. So over here only we are calculating this. So the Hdn function is this one. So it would come over here, and Wn function, it, as I told you before, Wn function, it is given by 0.5 minus 0.5 cos of 2 pi n by L minus 1. It will be coming over here. Now see, you are getting a single equation. You just have to change the values of n, and you will be getting the values for the Hn. And at h, since alpha is equal to 2, you can apply at h equal at n equals to 2. You need to apply the L'Hospital's rule. And from there, what you have to do is that you have to put up the values of this n and other values and find out the other coefficients of Hn, H0, H1, H3 and H4. Okay, and thereafter from here, once you get this, you need to find out the transfer function of the system. Now for the Hamming window and Hanning window, for the value 0 to L minus 1, we have this function 0.54 minus 0.46 cos of 2 pi n divided by L minus 1. And for Blackman window, the equation changes to 0.42 minus 0.5 cos of 2 m pi by L minus 1 plus 0.08 cos of 4 m pi by L minus 1 in the region of n varying from 0 to L minus 1 and 0 otherwise. Okay. Now next, let's go to the next method, frequency sampling method. So over here we have the question, design a low pass filter with the following specifications. Okay. So in the following specification, what we have is that the cutoff frequency is 500 Hertz, sampling frequency is 2000 Hertz, and the order of the filter, it is given by given as 10. Okay. Now, how to start with? When we are given with the cutoff frequencies, in my last class I have already told you that we need to go for the normalization of the frequency, and how the normalization is done. Normalization is done using this equation, omega c equals to 2 pi fc by fs. So fc is 500 and fs is 2000. By putting the values, we get pi by 2. Okay. Now next is determine the transfer function. Over here we have this hk, where k is the frequency component over here, and it is given by 1 for the modulus of omega 0 to pi by 2, because this is the transfer function for any for any low pass filter. Okay, so and we have seen this in our last class. Now after you have done this, we have to determine the locations and the amplitude of the samples. Okay, so what are the locations and what are these? So we can see that pi by 2, it is an important factor. Okay, and in our last class we have discussed so if our cutoff frequency is say pi by 2, then we will be having the frequency response something like this, minus pi by 2 2 pi by 2. We will be having the rectangular band or the pass band, and then in the other areas we have the dead zone where no frequency will be allowed to pass. Okay. However, this was in the region of minus pi to pi. Okay, minus pi to pi. Now consider the case. So this total region is 2 pi. But in this case, when we will be doing the frequency sampling method, we go for the 0 to 2 pi region. 0 to 2 pi region. Okay. So if you see the pi by 2, it is given by 1.57, 3.14 divided by 2, we get 1.57. Then at pi we are having 3.14. Then at 3 pi by 2 we have 4.71, and at 2 pi we have 6.28. Okay. So the x-axis is the frequency axis, and we are denoting the frequency in we denote the frequency in the frequency sampling method numericals as k. Right. Now what happens next? If you see the order of the filter, it is given as 10. Okay. Now we have to now the second thing is sorry. So from this order, what is the length? We can say the length is n plus 1, which is equal to 11. So L is equal to 11. The length of the filter should be 11. Now we have to break this frequency part. So we have seen that we have pi by 2, then we have pi, then we have 3 pi by 2. These are there. Now why this is important? This is important because if you see 0 to pi by 2, we have the passband. And again, this passband will be repeating itself from the region 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. Okay. And I hope every one of you know why is it so. This is so because again, if we go to the Z plane, so this is pi by 2 and here we have 3 pi by 2, and we have seen this region and this region, they are equivalent. So from 3, so if you are having a passband for the low pass filter from 0 to pi by 2, then we will also have a region in the range of 3 pi by 2 to pi by 2 in this region, right? So that would be the passband. So that's why we have a
मेरे रूम में तो नहीं है, मेरा एक
frequency
लिक्विड
pass
इसके पास है,
region from 0 to pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. Now we have to
मैं तो ऐसे
break
भी
the
खाने
0
की,
to
अगर
2
तुम
pi
वो है तो
region
उसको पूछ के ले
into
आओ, नहीं
11
है
parts.
तो मैं जब
Okay.
ब्रेकफास्ट
And it
करने
should be
जाऊंगा
equidistant. So we need to find out
हाँ, तो
delta,
पूछ लो, एक
which
लिक्विड
will
होगा,
allow
बोलना
us
मैंने मंगवाया
with how much what do you call increment of we will be taking the samples. So delta it is given by 2 pi by n plus 1. N plus 1. N plus 1 is the length of the filter, that is 11. So from here we will be finding out the locations of the frequency where we will be taking the samples. So that is given by k delta, which is given by 2 k pi divided by n plus 1. So we on the left hand side we will be making then we will be making a table. On the left hand side we will be having the k values, and on the right hand side we will be having the k delta values. So for k varying from 0 to 10 we will be taking, because our length is equal to 11, right? Our length is equal to 11. So you put the k values and you find out the k delta values, and up to 10 if you see 5.71 we are having. For the sake of understanding, I have taken the for k equals to 11 also, which gives you the value of 6.28. Okay. Now this 6.28, it is nothing but it is basically the 2 pi. If you see, it is basically the 2 pi. Okay. But if you consider over here, we have already taken the 0 point. Okay. And we know that 0 and 2 pi, they are equal. So we will not consider this 11 point. You please keep this in mind. Over here, if you see, we have broken the length into 11. So we have broken the k delta values into 11 parts, and we are good to go. Now, if you see, what is our cutoff frequency? Our cutoff frequency is pi by 2. Now, if you see, from delta k values, and we have a value of 1.57. So if you see, for 0 it is 0, it is less than 1.57. From then 1 it is less than 1.57, then 2 it is less than 1.57, then at 3 it overshoots. Okay, it is 1.71, which is greater than 1.57. So we have to take the regions of k equal to 0, 1 and 2. Okay, similarly in the 3 pi by 2 region, which comes out to be 4.71, we have to take the higher values. Okay, we have to take the higher values, because here we are having the lower components which are in the passband, and at the higher 3 pi by 2 region over here, within this region we are having the passband. So values greater than 4.71 should be taken. So in this case, the points 9 and 10 should be taken. Okay. In this case, the points 9 and 10, these should be taken. and then we will be moving forward. So for other values, our this modulus of h omega or hk, it would become 0. So from here, if you see, we have to calculate the h cap k value. Okay. So for the h cap k value, we have h cap 0 as the 1. Okay. H cap 1, it would be given by e to the power minus j 2 pi 11 alpha k. Okay. Why it is 1? Because this k, this becomes 0. Okay. Which is in the superscript of the exponential term. So that's why it becomes 0. Then h cap 1, it becomes e minus e to the power minus j 2 pi by 11 alpha k, which is given by this e to the power minus j 2 pi by 11. Alpha is 5 and k is 1 in this case. Okay. And alpha, we know if the uh, length of the filter is 11, then alpha, it will become 5. Similarly, we will be using this equation e to the power minus j 2 pi by 11 alpha k. We will be calculating the values of h cap 2, h cap 9 and h cap 10. From where we selected? We selected it from this step 3, from this table. Okay. Then we have step 5. Find hn when L is equal to this thing 11. So herein we have hn equals to 1 by n plus 1 h cap 0 plus 2 of real of summation of k equals to 1 to L minus 1 h cap e to the power j 2 pi kn by n plus 1. Okay. Here it is L minus 1. It is L minus 1. Okay. So L minus 1 by 2. Sorry. L minus 1 by 2. So the next thing would be Hn equals to 1 by 2. 1 plus 2 of real of k equals to 1 to 5. L minus 1 by 2. It is 5. Then h cap k e to the power j 2 pi kn by 11. Now you solve these things. So we take the real and imaginary, no, all these things, 2 of real. So K1 we are having, and for K2 we'll be having another one. And for other K3, 4, 5, we know we are not taking those values, right? Because those values are zeros. 3, 4, 5, if you see these values, they are 0. So we will not take those values. Then after this, you solve it, you get these terms, and then from here we have to take the real components, because the formula says that we have to take the real components. So then you open up this thing. So for an exponential, complex exponential, e to the power j theta, the real component is cos theta, right? So you take the cos theta part and you get the Hn equation. Now from here, you just change the values of n from n equals to 0 to 5. You calculate the values, and those will be again equal to h4 will be equal to h6, h3 will be equal to h7, h2 will be equal to h8, h1 equal to h9, and h0 it will be equal to h10. So in this way, you got the Hn values, then you perform the Z transform to get the transfer function Hz, and then you can go for the realization. Okay. Do you have any questions? This is a bit critical, a slightly different type of numerical, this frequency sampling method. If you have any questions, please ask me.
Sir, can you repeat step 3? How you've chosen to pick only the values of 0, 1, 2 and 9, 10?
See, the values are, see, in the x-axis, what are the values? 0 to 2 pi, right?
Right, sir.
Then our cutoff frequency is pi by 2. So we have taken pi by 2. Then 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. Do you remember this thing? If you see pi to minus pi by 2 and 0 to pi by 2, this is our frequency component. Now, this limit is in the range of minus pi to pi. Now, if you change it to 0 to 2 pi, so what would happen?
We observe that in the 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi range.
Then we'll be having another passband at 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, right?
Yes, sir.
This is clear?
Yes, sir, that is clear.
Now, if you see this pi by 2 is value means 1.57.
Yes.
Pi is 3.14.
Yes, sir.
3 pi by 2 is 4.71. And then 2 pi is 6.28. So what we are doing? We have to find out the delta. Delta would be the point where we will be doing the sampling. The name suggests frequency sampling method, right? So at 0 we will be taking one sample. At other point we will be taking another sample. In this way we will be going on, right? So here also there will be some sampling. Here also there will be some sampling, right? So there is a delta value because sampling is done at equivalent intervals. That is a particular function, particular value. So that value is delta. Now that value is delta. It is given by 2 pi by n plus 1 length of the filter. So this is 2 pi by 11. What you want to say is that you want to break this 2 pi into 11 parts. Basic mathematics, right? Once you have done this, so but we even if we get this delta, we need the positions, right? So at which position we will be sampling? We will be positioning at k delta values.
Yes.
Right? Suppose I have a delta value of 0.1. So k delta equals to 1 delta, it will be 0.1. 2 delta equals to 0.2.
Hello class.
3 delta, it will be equal to 0.3 and so on. So these 1, 2, 3, what are these? These are nothing but k values. So from here, you have found these k values. Okay. Now, once you have found these k values, you have to see what is the passband limit. Your passband limit is pi by 2. Pi by 2 is 1.57. You cannot take samples which are greater than pi by 2. Right? So, if you see, what are the k delta values which are lesser than 1.57 over here? So, all these values, they are lesser than 1.57, right? So now you have done with the 0 to pi by 2 region. Okay. But we have another passband region from 4.71 to 6.28.
Yeah.
Okay. But 6.28 and 0 are equal, so we do not take the 6.28 here. And it would also not come even if you see the k values of 0 to 10, that 10 would be the length equals to 11, right? Now in this region, when you see, when you want to be in this passband region, what you are getting? Your 3 pi by 2 is 4.71. So you need to have some values which should be greater than 4.71. So where you are getting the 4.71? When your k value is 9 and 10. The k delta value is 5.14 and 5.71. Right? So for the k value 0, 1, 2 and 9, 10, we will be having the passband region, and all other regions 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they will be having a gain of 0. So see, h of 3 is 0, h of 4 equals to h of 5 equals to h of 6 equals to h of 7 equals to h of 8. We are having a value of 0. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now once you are done over here, you have to use this equation, e to the power minus j 2 pi by L alpha k. L is 11, k alpha is 5, k, you know these values are 0. For k values you will be getting, for h cap 0, you put k value 0, you get 1. For k equals to 1, you put k equals to 1, you get this value. For k equals to 2, you get this value. Okay. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they are 0, so no need to take those. Then you come to h cap 9, because 9 and 10 you again have to take. So 9 and 10 you take this value. So if you see 5 to 10, so 10 pi multiplied by 9, 90. Okay. Then here 5 multiplied by 2, 10 multiplied by 10, 100 pi by 11. Okay. Now after you come over here, what you have to do, we are taking the value, using this equation, we are calculating the this hn values. Hn equals to 1 by n plus 1 h cap 0 2 of real of, this is an important one, real of summation of k equals to 1 to L minus 1 by 2. Okay. Then h cap k multiplied by e to the power 2 pi k n by n plus 1, which is again 11. So over here h cap k you have already calculated over here. Then you just put the values. So we will be having up to 5, right? In up to 5 we are having this 1 and 2 values, because h of 0 is 1 and it is already separated altogether. Okay. So you get this thing, then you take only the real values. You take only the real values, and after you have taken the real values, and if you vary the n values from 0 to 5, you will be getting all these values. And since we know that the hn values, they would be repeating themselves, so h4 value would be equals to h6, h3 would be equals to h7 in the reverse way, h5 then h6, h7, h8, h9 and h10. h0 would be equal to h10, right? So in this way you perform, and then once you've got this one, then the same method you perform the Z transform, you do it, and that's it. So any other doubt? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, if you guys don't have any other questions, we will stop over here.